Down by Piney Creek where the water bends, I found her wildflower scarf in the wind. Oak shadows lay across the old gravel road where our love once was a story told. The cabin's empty, echoes fill the room. Pale dust swirls a dance beneath the moon. The creek echoes, oh how the water sigh, like the heartache whisper neath the twilight sky. Every ripple tells a tale of dreams undone underneath the weeping willow, waiting for the sun. Years rolled like tumbleweeds through the plains, leaving lines on my face like old porch in the rain. Her laughter haunts the hollows of these hills. The saddle sits untouched, the silence chills. No more the sound of footsteps on the wood, just the lonely night where her smile stood. The creek echoes, oh how the waters moan, carrying the weight of love now only I own. Every whisper in the wind, her name it seems, caught in the bittersweet trap of my dreams. Oh, but life's a shadow since she's gone away. The colors turn to gray in the blaze of day. Yet in the creek's lament I find my peace, as if her gentle whisper bids my soul release. The creek echoes and in its mournful call I find the strength to face the dusk after all. Every sunset closes with a soft goodbye, leaving me a cowboy with a tear in my eye. The creek echoes, the creek echoes, a ballad of the past, only the heart knows. In the shadow of the oak where the wild creek bends, stands an old house bound by the winds of lament. Leathered leaves whisper secrets of you in soft tones, where we dance 'neath the porch light, no sense of alone. Old house tied down like my heart to your ghost, every board and stone soaked with the love we spoke. The wind howls your name through the cracks so profound, in this lonely wild land where my sorrows are bound. Years drifted like tumbleweeds over dry plains, since the fire in your eyes turned to embers then waned. Now the saddle's unmounted and the scarf you love gone, just the echo of footsteps where our laughter once shone. Old house tied down like my heart to your ghost, every boy sun dips low, I wander these empty rooms, letting memories flow. With each creak of the timbers, I learn to forgive. In the solitude of sunsets, I'm learning to live. Old house tied down, but my heart's finding its way through the whispers of oak trees and the cool evening sway. Yet still I roam these quiet towns, a shadow in the dawn. Old house tied down, but your memory lives on. Cinematic and raw, the song echoes like a timeless lament from an era fading into the shadows of history. As the cowboy continues to ride, haunted but ever hopeful under the expanse of western skies. In the shadow of the oak, where the wild blue bonnets grow, I first saw her silhouette in the glow of a fading gold. We carved our dreams in the bar, a promise soft and profound. Now nothing but silent whispers and unspoken words tied down. Oh, how the winds carry her laughter across the barren plains, the duster's memories under skies that promise rain. Each sunset bleeds like the love that we found, lost in echoes of what was, those unspoken words tied down. Years stretch like the gravel roads that went through quiet towns. The porch still creaks, the door still moans, in a cabin withered and brown. Her scarf still hangs on the oak, but her shadow nowhere to be found. Just a rider and his lonesome heart, with a past too tightly wound. Oh, how the winds carry her laughter across the barren plains, the duster's memories under skies that promise rain. Each sunset bleeds like the love that we found, lost in echoes of what was, those unspoken words tied down. Searching for the warmth of a sun that set on a whim. Maybe these trails are just meant to be alone. A cowboy's soul forever wandering, forever unknown. So I whisper to the wind, with a heart that refuses to mend. Take these unspoken words, let them fade where they may tend. For every sunset knows the tears I've drowned in the silence of the plains, with my unspoken words tied down. Yeah, the silence of the plains keeps my unspoken words tied down. the shadow of the oak, where wild roses thrive, I carved our names under that endless blue sky. Your silver locket, warm in the palm of my hand, a sweet promise as we watch the hourglass sand. Well, that locket watched me leave down the gravel road, with a heart too worn to plead and too broke to hold, under sunset's fading glow, where our dreams did weave, only dust and whispers blow, and the locket watched me leave. Years flew like the sparrows, but we changed with the fall, from the golden fields to the old town hall. Your scarf left on the saddle, the porch swings still, in the quiet of the cabin, time seems to chill. That locket watched me leave through the rain-soaked teens, echoes in the chambers of the love we grieve, in the silence of the pines, where I still believe you're the lingering sigh of the breeze, and the locket watched me leave. On the rim of the canyon, I hear the river's plea, the whispers of you and me, lost in the tapestry. But every trail I wander, every star I see, is a memory I ponder of what can never be. Yes, that locket watched me leave, and I'm miles past reprieve, a cowboy with his shadows and a soul that can't deceive. As the moon climbs high and thieves the light from me, in the heart of the night, that locket watched me leave. So here's to the love that's gone, to the dust I cleave, on lonely trails forever drawn, where that locket watched me leave. By the creaky old door, where the scarves hang free, I met your shadow neath the whispering tree. Old porch, listen to our laughter spill on that sun-kissed morn by the daffodil. Oh, the wind sings low through the lonely pines, carries tales of you in the waning lights. My heart's held fast on that rugged plain, where love danced once, or just echoes remain. Years drifted like dust on a gravel road, you and the sunshine both swallowed whole. Empty cabin with its fading trails keeps a ghost of your perfume in our fairy tales. Oh, the wind sings low through the lonely pines, carries tales of you and the waning lights. My heart's held fast on that rugged plain, where love danced once, now just echoes remain. perched in the wood, where we carved our names, swore we always would. But time has a way turning oak to dust, leaves me whispering to the stars as the sunset must. Oh, the wind sings low through the lonely pines, carries tales of you in the fading light. My heart's held fast on that rugged plain where love danced once, just shadows remain. So here's to the porch where the past listened in to the dreams we dreamed and the might have been. As the night draws close and the stars appear, I feel you near, though you're nowhere near. Where the oak tree shadows lay long on the ground, under skies that weave tales of azure and gold. There used to be laughter soft as a feather, now there's just the echo of the stories we told by that old wooden porch where the creek sings its chorus. You danced under starlight, scarf catching the wind, but the night grew cold, oh so bold. Silence like frost began to descend. Silence burns in this heart of mine, on lonely trails where the sunsets bleed. In every whisper of the pine, I find the ghost of you I can't set free. Dust swirls where your shadow fell, in this empty cabin built for two. Silence burns, oh it burns like hell, every silence whispers you. Years roll like the thunder across these plains, gravel roads worn down by boots and rain. The saddle sits untouched, its leather cracked and dry, just like the tears that once stormed from our eyes. Where did those promises ride off to? Lost like pebbles in the churn of time. Now only your scar, faded and blue, hangs on the post, a relic of what was mine. Silence burns in this heart of mine, on lonely trails where the sunsets bleed. In every whisper of the pine, I find the ghost of you I can't set free. Dust swirls where your shadow fell, in this empty cabin built for two. Silence burns, oh it burns like hell, 'cause every silence whispers you. Maybe the land remembers more than we could tell, holds our love deep in its dusty veins. As I wander these paths, a soul lost from its shell, I know some fires survive even the hardest rain. Silence burns and yet now I see, it's in the quiet I find your trace. In the rustle of leaves, in the chill of the breeze, in the lonely spaces of this endless silence burns and I burn too, but in the ashes I find some peace. For every silence that whispers of you brings a bittersweet release. Out where the red oak stands guarding the dusty plains. There's an old house that lingers beneath the skies of gray. Creaking on its porch, it holds secrets of the breeze. Where we once watched the sunset, you, the mountains, and me. Oh, the wind still whispers your name through the door. Old house moans neath the weight of the love we wore. Every plank and nail soaked with the rains of time, aches with the memory of when you were mine. Years have rolled like tumbleweeds past this broken trail. Your scarf still hangs on the hook, faded, worn, and frail. That old saddle rests untouched where you left it last, by the empty cabin in the shadows that you cast. Oh, the wind still whispers your name through the door. Old house groans neath the weight of the love we wore. Every plank and nail soaked with the rains of time, aches with the memory of when you were mine. Underneath the starlit cloak I roam these lands alone. Echoes of our laughter in the twilight softly moan. I've wandered far, yet here's where my weary heart stays, in the quiet whispers of those golden bygone days. Yes, the wind still whispers your name, a haunting tender sore. Old house stands neath the sky, bearing the love we bore. Every sunrise and set paints your face in the divine, lost in the forever where you're eternally mine. Oh, this old house lingers like the heart I can't restore. In the shadow of Pine Tree Hill, where the creek sings low and wild, I held her close by the fading light, the prairie's wayward child. We carved our names in the old oak's arm, beneath the watchful eyes of stars, that old porch swing and her sweet perfume, in a town trapped in old mason jars. But the rains came through like a freight train's cry, with a fury born in gray. And that pine tree on the hill lay down like my love washed away. In the whisper of the leaves and the weeping of the sky, everything we built, my dear, said its long, lonesome goodbye. Now the cabin stands, but it's empty as the gulches where we played, and the trails we walked are overgrown like the promises we made. The gravel road that led to us now just leads to somewhere else. And the scarf she left behind is just a tale upon the shelf. The rain still come like memories that flood the dusty ground. That pine tree hill stands bare and rough where our dreams once were found. In the rustle of the fallen leaves and the moaning of the wind, I feel her slip away again, and the ache that never ends. Underneath the vast and starry sky, I whisper to the night, all the love that's lost is just the cost of living out this life. But I'd pay it all once more to feel her hand in mine, to turn back to that summer day before we lost the time. So let the pine tree lie, let the creek wash it away with all the tears and whispered fears that marked our yesterday. And in the twilight's gentle sigh, in the solace of the gray, I'll walk these roads alone, my love, where our old pine tree lay. In the quiet winds that move the dust, I'll carry you always. Though the land forgets, my heart's set on the love that never sways. Out where the oak tree shadows stretch like old truths, beneath the sky's vast tapestry of fading blue, I first met you in the light of a wildfire's glow. Your scarf caught the wind, a dance free and slow. We talked of dreams, oh, the creek's quiet song, and that old wooden porch where hearts belong. Oh, silence sang in the spaces you left behind, echoes of footsteps in this heart and mind. Every sunset drapes your shadow long and lean, out here where the gravel roads and memories convene. Years tumble like the leaves of a drought-stricken tree. Our cabin stands empty, whispers what used to be. The trail's gone cold, but the saddle's worn in. Life rode us hard, through thick and through thin. Rain taps on the roof, each drop a note in a song, pleading with the past, wondering where we went wrong. Yeah, silence sang in the spaces you left behind, echoes of footsteps in this heart and mind. Every sunset drapes your shadow long and lean, out here where the gravel roads and memories convene. I wander these hills like a ghost in worn boots, chasing the whisper of your laughter, the roots of all we planned and now withered gonna see. But in the silence your voice This is the only creed I follow through the canyons of my mind's deep sighs, under the endless aching expanse of these open skies. Oh, silence sang, and it's heavy with your unseen trace. In the dust kicked up, I still find a soft grace. Every sunset knows the reasons I can't let you go. Lost in the silence where the wild, lonely winds blow. Silence sank and oh, how these old heartstrings bend. In the quiet times where all trails end.
On a porch where the oak trees keep whispering low, I left my love in the soft morning glow. Wind chimes danced to a song of despair, while the storm in the distance watched with a stare. Her scarf on the railing faded and wore, twisting like the feelings in the storm we had borne. Oh, the storm watched me leave through the gates of dawn, under skies torn with grief, where love was drawn, across lonely trails where the wild shadows weave. I ride with memories, the storm watched me leave. The cabin stands empty on Bluebell Ridge line, its door swings soft in the sigh of the pine. The gravel road's covered with years of the rust, each step is a memory, each breath a gust. She's gone like the sunset that bleeds in the west, leaving silence and dust where her footsteps once pressed. Yes, the storm watched me leave with my heart strung tight, past echoes of laughter swallowed by night, on paths overgrown where we once dared to dream. Her voice in the winds, the storm watched me leave. Under the vast sky, the truth starts to clear. All I've lost grows as distant as it once was near, but the ache in my heart finds no reprieve in the haunting embrace of what I can't retrieve. So the storm watched me leave, and it watches still as I wander these hills with the cowboy's whip through the rain soft curtain where my thoughts deceive, ever looking for peace as the storm watched me leave. Forever looking for peace while the storm watched me leave. In the shade of an old oak tree, we carved our names in 53. on that wild edge of Sundown Creek where the water whispers deep. Her eyes like the twilight sky, starlit dreams and whispered sighs. We shared the silent scents that speak neath the branches creaking weak. But her eyes said nothing as she turned away, like a prairie wind, cold and gray. All the promises, whispered soft and low, faded like the footprints in the snow. Now the oak tree stands alone, name's weathered like old bone. The cabin's empty, windows stare like hollow eyes in the prairie air. The scarf she left hang on the rack alongside my dusty hat. Memories in each thread and seam, now just shadows in my dreams. Her eyes said nothing as she walked to the dawn, leaving me with a silence and the echoes now gone. All the laughter that filled the night now just whispers in the fading light. On a gravel road I ride astray, with every sunset marking the day. The trails we walked are overgrown, this wandering life I roam alone. But in the quiet towns under starry shrouds, I see her face in the crowds. A ghost in my heart, never truly apart. Her silence, a haunting art. Said nothing, and yet they said it all. In every fading echo I hear her call, through the dust and the wind, in under spacious skies I'll wander forever where her memory lies. Her eyes said nothing, oh, but her heart was a wild song.
Out where the oak trees shadow the forgotten roads, I wander past the cabin where the west wind always blows. There lies a faded scarf you wore, it dances in the breeze, among the whispering ghosts of the rustling autumn leaves. Ghost remembers, oh, how the sunset used to glow on your hair like a wildfire in the days of long ago. Now the trails are empty and the stars don't shine the same. Ghost remembers love lost like a whisper to the flame. We carved our names on the old porch under skies so white and blue. Now rain washes over like memories I can't undo. The saddle sits untouched now where once we rode side by side. Through fields of gold and yarrow, now it's where my heartache hides. Ghost remembers, oh, how the sunset used to glow on your hair like a wildfire in the days of long ago. Now the trails are empty and the stars don't shine the same. The dust still rises, but it settles faster than before. Footprints on the gravel road, not leading to your door. Time may heal the lonely, but the clock just ticks in vain, when every second pulls me back to you in dreams again. Ghost remembers, and oh, the pain's a quiet friend, echo in the hoofbeats till the very bitter end. Maybe on some distant morning the wind will lose your scent, but ghost remembers love in a heart that won't relent. Ghost remembers love in a heart that won't relent.
Out by the edge where prairie winds play stood an old oak tree where we used to lay. Underneath its branches we carved our names in that quiet earth wrapped in golden haze. But now that oak tree's washed away by the river's wrath on a stormy day. Just like you, it slipped from my grasp, leaves and love both gone with the past. The porch still creaks at your memory. That old red scarf you left rests silently. Dust dances alone where we danced in tune to the songs of crickets under the crescent moon. Yes, that old tree's washed away by the river's tears and my own dismay. Just like you, it faded from sight, roots and heart buried under the night. Sometimes I wander those gravel roads where our laughter echoes, easing lows. The sunset's glow reminds me of your face, a part of my soul lost without a trace. Oh, that oak tree washed away like the dreams we made in the dusty fray. And here I stand where we once lay, a cowboy lost in the love that strayed. Yes, here I sing to the winds that sway where the oak tree in my heart forever lay, washed away.
By the whispers of the oak trees, where the wild rivers wend, there's a dusty gravel pathway where our summers fell behind. We danced beneath the heavens, where the stars would softly lie, but the back road closed her eyes, my love, the day we said goodbye. Oh, the scars we bear, deep as canyons songs of yesteryears. In the saddle where I ride, every sunset's bleed, every dawn's pale rise tells the tale of the road where she closed her eyes. Gone the laughter from the porch swing, the cabin stands alone. Faint the echo of the love songs we once made our very own. Our scarf tied to the old gate, now just a flag of my demise. Love's trail went cold the night the back road closed her eyes. Oh, the scars we bear, deep as canyons wide, songs of yesteryears. In the saddle where I ride, every sunset's bleed, every dawn's pale rise speaks the silent end of roads where dreams capsize. There's a stillness in the hollow where the creek used to flow, a quiet beneath the willow where our whispers used to go. If heartaches were a river, mine would reach the prairie skies, flowing past the back road where you closed your eyes. So ride on, my weary spirit, beneath the endless western skies, past the memories and the shadows where our old love gently lies. I'll carry you in silence as the eagle softly flies along the back road eternal where you closed your eyes. Let the wind speak of the sorrow as the dust against the sun dies, forever on the back road where my heart still cries.
Cold morning road through dusty trails of sage, where the oak by the river marks the age. Once we danced under stars without no care, your laughter a melody in the air. But the stars fade like memories worn and thin, and that cold morning wind whispers a sin. Lost love's a shadow on these plains so vast, in the heart of a cowboy, nothing lasts. Cabin stands empty on the gravel road, the porch where we swore our forever code. But time's cruel hand tore your scar from my grasp. Now it's just me and the moonlight to clasp. Yes, the stars fade like memories worn and thin, and that cold morning wind whispers of sin. Lost love's a shadow on these plains so vast, in the heart of a cowboy, nothing lasts. fading night's curtain drawn, and that cold morning wind keeps riding on. But the ghost of your whisper on the breeze always passed. In the heart of this cowboy, some things too deep to outlast. Riding on under these skies so vast, love like the wind through my fingers it passed. Shadow of the oak, where whispers hang on the breeze, I first saw her wild hair glow in the sunset's tease. By the old porch step, we shared our youthful dreams under starlit skies, by the murmurs of the stream. The dust danced around our boots. The world was ours to claim. Back when the fading light first whispered out my name. Oh, the fading light called my name. Echoes of laughter lost in the wind's claim. This heart rides lonesome trails of blame underneath skies where the fading light called my name. Now the cabin stands empty where once our laughter dwelled. Gravel roads less traveled by the tales that they once spelled. Her scarf still hangs on the hook, frayed by the years. Each thread a memory, each stain a fallen tear. Rains came and washed away, but the ache remains the same. Since the fading light softly spoke my name. Oh, the fading light called my name. Whispers of what was, sparks of an old flame, wandering through shadows of love's old game. In the quiet whispers where the fading light called my name. By the creek bed dry, under the vast aching skies, I reckon every sunset's just a sweet solemn goodbye. And in the hush of the wind, I feel her touch in the cold, a fleeting warmth to hold as the night grows old. Yes, the fading light called my name, a symphony of silence where once was fame. Riding alone, nothing's the same except the haunting beauty where the fading light called my name, where the fading light ever gently called my name.
Under the oak where the old path's been, by the creek where we carved our names in rye. That summer felt like it'd never end, under a reckless storm-bruised sky. Your laughter tangled in the wild wind's call, scents of the rain on dry sagebrush, every whisper a promise, the future so tall, in the hush of the dusk, in the twilight's blush. Oh, I carve, where did the years retreat? All that remains is a shadow on my heart, echoes of footsteps and dust and defeat. Right carved, a memory's ghost in each part, where once stood a dream, now wanders my regret, beneath the same stars that we swore under. Yeah. Creek's empty, the door swings alone, gravel road swallowed by the weeping weeds, where your scarf caught the breeze, now only stones, no more you and I, just the wildflower seeds. Our cabin stands hollow, the hearthstone is cold, faded trails where we once rode through rain, only saddles left speaking of days bold, and the silence that screams over what didn't remain. Oh, right carve, where did the years retreat? All that remains is a shadow on my heart, echoes of footsteps and dust and defeat. Right carve, the memory's ghost in each part, where once stood a dream, now wanders my regret, beneath the same stars that we swore under. Yeah. Out here where the land knows my sorrow's name, whispering winds through the oak tree sigh, each sunset burns with your absent flame, and the night skies hold less light than your goodbye. Oh, right carved, I roam through our lost years, ghost rider under vast unyielding skies, trails long faded by old tears, in the heart of the wind where love never dies. Right carved, hold tight what I must release, for in the letting go lies my silent peace.
Out where the oak trees shadow old gravel roads, she laughed under stars her scarf catching the glow by the creek where the water whispers secrets so low. Her voice sank into my soul, sweet and slow. Oh, her voice was a melody, soft as the dusk, drifting over the plains with the scent of dry musk. But time, like a thief, stole her whisper away. Now I roam with her echo in the twilight's gray sway. The porch still creaks where we danced free of care, but the cabin sits empty, just cold, thinning air. Gone like the rain on a hot, dusty pane, left me with shadows and a heart full of pain. Her voice was a melody, lost in the wind, fading fast like the light when the evening thin. I reached for her warmth in the chill of the dawn, but turned to find the whispers of what's gone. Sometimes a scent or the way the wind moans brings me back to her laughter, her soft, gentle tones. Yet each sunset that bleeds into night's deep unknown reminds me some songs are too sweet to be held long. Her voice was the comfort I seek but can't hold, a memory wrapped in the warmth of her fold. As I saddle my horse and face roads unknown, her voice sinks deeper in wild lands alone. Out by the ridge where the wild oak stands, I found an old ranch withered by sands, once rang with laughter under blue skies, now just a whisper of her sweet sighs. We danced on porches under moon's crown, silk scarf in her hair, my old leather gown. Oh, that old ranch tied down by grief, where my heart lies buried under a leaf. The wind sings her name through the open door, a dance of dust on a creaky floor. Memories like rain fall soft and slow on the abandoned ranch where my sorrows grow. Years past, the trails grew over with time. Her path took her east, left me with rhyme, where once were echoes of our laughter's tune, now silent shadows under the silver moon. The saddle sits empty, the fires grow cold, a cowboy wanders, his story untold. Oh, that old ranch tied down by grief, where my heart lies buried under a leaf. The wind sings her name through the open door, a dance of dust on a creaky floor. Memories like rain fall soft and slow on the abandoned ranch where my sorrows grow. By the old stone well, I whispered goodbye echoes of footsteps through each empty hall. So that old ranch, tied down by dreams, holds my whispered secrets, my silent screams, as the sun dips low in a sky so wide. On that abandoned ranch my old heart resides. Oh, the wind sings her name through the open door, a dance of dust on a creaky floor.
Underneath the oak tree's weathered limb, where the porch swing used to rock in the wind, your scarf tied to the gnarled bark, keeping watch like a lighthouse in the dark. I remember how the dust would dance to the slow sweet tune of our summer romance in that old cabin with its creaking doors, where our shadows stretched across wooden floors. Oh, the porch burns in the setting sun, all the golden years we once walked upon. Now the wind whispers through empty rails, carrying tales of our love-grown pale. Years have turned gravel to overgrown grass in the trails we walk. Now memories past that swing hang silent, no laughter rings, just the ghost of your giggle and the sadness it brings. The rains came and washed away the footprints we left on the sun-baked clay, and I ride these plains just a shadow alone, searching for a heart that once felt like home. Oh, the porch burns in the fading light, echoes of footsteps disappearing into the night. Now the wind moans through broken seams, stirring the dust of our shattered dreams. By the hearth where our fire once roared so bright, now only cold ashes remain in the night. Yet in every spark that once flew so high is a star I see when I look to the sky. Porch burns and I whisper your name, the flames of what was, not the embers to blame. Still the wind carries my lonely sighs underneath these endless starlit skies. The porch burns and so does my heart on this lonesome land where we're worlds apart. Yet hidden every sunset that bleeds and dies is a cup